Our next speaker is Ikiya. Her speech purpose is to inform and inspire. The speech title is Personal Development is the Key to Success. It is 5 to 7 minutes, and it is project number 4. She will talk to us about personal development and how it has a huge impact on our lives. She believes personal growth is the first step towards success. She'll share a few tips that will help us work towards our goals of being successful in business and our everyday lives. Please welcome Ikiya.
Hello Toastmasters and welcome guests. I am here to talk to you about personal development. Now before I get started, I want to ask all of you a question. How many of you want to be successful or believe you're successful right now? Raise of hands. Okay, my second question. Do you believe that you have to take certain steps or make certain decisions in order to be successful? Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So in order to become successful, the first step is yourself. You can't expect to be successful if you aren't making the necessary changes. So today I'm going to go over 3 different topics on how you can take that step towards, your goals or being successful. So actually, before I get started, I want to write them on the board. The first one is change your mindset. The second topic is your daily habits. So hopefully you can read my writing. I have chicken scratch, so excuse me. And then the last topic is change your surroundings. And we'll get deeper into that in a minute. So as some of you, you're already into personal development, some of you already breathe. And so when I say this, you may understand where I'm coming from. So your mindset, it affects your emotions. Your emotions lead to your actions. Your actions will determine your outcome. So if you're not thinking positive, and if you don't have that faith within yourself, how are you expecting to How are you expecting to motivate or inspire anyone else? So first things first, we're going to talk about having a mentor. And especially in Toastmasters, it's very important. Because it's hard for you to really pay attention to some of the things that you're doing unless there's somebody there from the outside in to help you understand what it is that you're doing, what are some things you can change, what are some things you're good at, and you can grow on those. So having a mentor or a personal coach is the first step. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a personal trainer. It can be a friend, a significant other. As long as there's somebody in your life there to really help push you and support you and give you those words of encouragement. Okay? So the second thing that we'll talk about is visualization. How do you expect to go somewhere when you don't even know where you're going? So the first thing is to come up with a plan. Have a vision board. Dream big. Have those visions of where you want to go in life. Think about how you want to impact people's lives. What's your legacy? What's your purpose here in life? We're not here to just exist and to just be here. We all have a goal. We all have a purpose, but it's up to us to figure out what that is. Last for this topic, and this is something that I've learned recently, within the last year. One of the ways that I've changed my mindset is by traveling. And Dale hit this on the head a little bit. Being from the United States, being from California, we're kind of spoiled, let's just be honest. But when you go and travel and see different cultures and countries, you become so grateful for what you have. I've come across so many different cultures and backgrounds and hearing just people's stories. about how they didn't have running water, let alone having a house with warm and shelter and food. That reminds me of where I'm coming from and how grateful I should be just to have the little things in life. There's people out in the world who doesn't have support, who let alone has an education, but yet we're here to complain about the 405 freeway. Let's just be honest. Okay? We're spoiled. So one step towards being success, or towards success, is just being grateful for what you have in life. And focus on that. Focus on the possibilities in life, rather than the bad day you have, or the boss that's pissing you off. Excuse my French. But again, don't focus on the bad things, the wrong days. Focus on the future. So, part 2, your daily habits. That has a lot to do with your personal development. You have to invest in yourself. And the first step in daily habits, one of the things I do is read. There's so many books out there that can help you learn about yourself and how to fix different problems that you may experience. And I know some of us may mention it in the past, but for example, one of the books that I would like to read is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I've heard so many good things about it, and I'm so excited to find out what it is that he's telling us, because it's so mind-blowing, and to see how many lives it has impacted so far makes me want to read and learn more about that. The second topic under daily habits, exercise. We all know that our health has a lot to do with who we are and how we live our lives. You can't expect to go out and be successful and to take over the world if you have a hard time getting up, if you have heart disease, if you have high blood pressure. And I'm talking from experience. I'm only 26 and I was this close from being diagnosed with high blood pressure. So there are some steps you have to take in life in order to be better, in order to do better. Like I tell my friends, if you knew better, you do better, right? And the last step towards daily habits, you have to find an outlet. And as David mentioned, stress. How are we going to work with stress? Is it going to let us affect our lives, or we're going to push through that? So that's something you can deal with as far as daily habits. The last thing I like to talk about is your surroundings. Someone very, very successful told me, if you don't change your friends, change your friends. And it's not to be cruel, but as you grow in life, as you get on that path towards success, sometimes their mindset may not be the same as your mindset. Sometimes your goals may not be the same. And it's not to judge anybody, but hey, you're not on that same path as me. So if you can find a mentor, change your surroundings, work on your daily life, I guarantee success will come. Thank you.